Qimen 42 can plant God seeds in Kieyds to become their God self in the skoul. So this is what I am working for. I do one kinetic or calorie movement with the kids, so they start to remember their true self to become their original true version, which is high above. So basically you connect the dark land, the black land, with this land. This is what shamans do. So I keep the balance between those two lands, but also first, download your God self here, so and that's what I am working for literally in the school. And also in this Mayan tricks, illusions, which I start to enjoy more. I'm working on my master at the University of Hamburg in educational science, is it called? Like Erziehungs- und Bildungswissenschaft. Same time, I'm working in the school and also empowering the children in the dojo with these movements, so to connect themselves to their true self, So that's why I tell grow out your hair, or you don't have to do that, but this is what I'm here for, to see, to have these high K visions, full color spectrum magic, to I don't want to control you. That's not my point. I'm not interested in that. But what I'm interested in is giving you your power, especially the kids, because the kids are our future. So if I am speaking these things out on my level, these things will mirror down and will happen, or they mirror out, because I could be, on the most high realm, the most north, I could be in the most south, I could be in the dirt, in the soil, I would still survive there because I have the blueprint of the human avatar. And in this role play games that we have here, I'm interested in, because I have these layers to see through, and I could distill myself very much down, but I'm interested in building up, building these beings up, so I'm interested in hey, give you your power, but also if you get your power back, you have to know how to handle it, right? You just can't do, and this is why I like the connection to Japan, they like being, strict, you place yourself, and it sounds maybe in the first place very much robotic, and this is what it first will or have to be, but then you start to free yourself up in the soul if you know about this process. And this is why I'm telling you, about Shibambukalpa, Kalaripaya 2, the secrets of Kundalini, the connections to your spine, Shibambukalpa, you're in therapy, fasting, the connection then, if you were doing that long enough, to your different energy systems, which are your glands in your body, so they basically release certain hormones which have certain effects on your environment and on your being. So this is why I'm staying, right now so high up in the northern regions of the body. So I download these things for you. Maybe you're like, hey, I'm not interested in becoming stronger. I'm not interested in getting my power back. I'm not interested in connecting myself to my higher self. Well, this has something to do with the vinyls A and B, the conscious and subconscious, and the switching in between. So this is why I am like a super saiyan, or I'd like to say, like a ninja, you know, shaman, you know, like I know what I do. Same time, and it sounds to many beings because they don't get the connection. It's like this is, we get controlled, you know, we lose our stuff, you know. No, but it just becomes another level. It becomes a level where you are like, you leave your slave house and you become your true self. So if you grow wings and you're like, hey, you know what, like drop out of the nest and start to fly, obviously at first place you're like, oh shit, what should I do? But you know, this is why I'm also like, you know, take it slow, but also, you know, like just start to do it. So this is probably my superpower, to have like an observatory of the whole thing, and then, you know, like to explode myself like an atom bomb, and then it just becomes like, hey, you free yourself up, you know. Because why should I be interested in controlling you? Like if this whole thing like gets out of control, nature already is self-correcting. So if you don't behave to the laws of nature, to the laws of the universe, like, hey, I mean, but in this time, it's time to give you your power. So this is what I'm doing, and this is why I say, you know, I give the kids their true God seeds. So just practice, you know, one exercise, so I exorcise, you know, like working with bad and good things, you know, like demons and angels, or black and white with the colors in between, which are your energies, you know, the rainbows. So I give the kids that I drop the original seed in them, and you know, obviously also I have to take more care about myself, you know, but this is what I like to do. So more money for schools and health, you know, but if you really know what the school is, the soul, you know, like you're already way above. And the health, you know, like hell, this is purgatory, where we are in right now. Our true self is sitting above, probably laughing at the shit that we do, but this is why I was sent here, to be like, hey, you know what, like I give you the blueprint, I give you the red print, I give you the rainbow print of how to do that. Although it maybe sounds very mystical, where like, yeah, and you're a Qimen. What is a Qimen? You know, the Qimen is a very unique school from the Falun Dafa, Falun Gong. I get goosebumps, yeah. And not many beings have been teach these things. I was probably teach them over decades in order to do the thing that I'm doing right now. So I just give you, you know, your power. So it starts obviously with your own temple, with your own body, with your own structure, with your own routines, with the sun, with nature, with darkness, with melanin, with Kemetic yoga, Smaitawi, and which is a 5,000-year-old practice to connect your upper and your lower realm, so your inner and your outer, which is basically talking about alchemy, which is talking about Kemet, which is talking about magic, which is talking about imagination. So these things are all in your own body, and this is basically what this realm is. It's a giant hall of mirrors. So I was probably breaking the matriz, and I was then reconstructing it. First, you know, like, hey, you are self-correcting with Shivam Mukalpa. Money is basically as something that is just there for exchanging of goods. Get more sunlight, get more fresh air, and then we can talk about further concepts. But like I told you, you know, I focus also on my master degree on the University of Hamburg. So I was like, "Arr, pirates here." Jack Sparrow. Focus more on my master degree at the University of Hamburg, I keep doing, Falun Dafa, Falun Gong, Qimen. Keep listening also to the Pudu. Keep listening to vinyls, which is also connected to melanin. I keep doing empowering the kids in the school, also with like Kalari movements, Kalari Paya 2 movements, or kinetic yoga movements. Same time, I'm training also 2 times a week the kids in the dojo to give them also their power. So I keep focusing, on the youth. I keep focusing on you and me, and because if I'm going to raise higher, if I'm becoming more intelligent, if I'm starting to become and speak more things into existence, into truth, and how they actually are, I empower the whole freaking thing around me. So yeah, University of Hamburg, master degree, Erziehungs- und Bildungswissenschaft, Super Saiyan. I was talking to a prof of mine, and she's named Professor Zoe Clark, and she had a Super Saiyan in the background, by the way. Whatever. So yeah, Master of Arts in I'm on my way to the Master of Arts at the University of Hamburg in Erziehungs- und Bildungswissenschaft. I keep going to the school, which is my part-time job to also survive in the system, but also mainly keep focusing on the youth. So I work with kids which are 5 to 6 years old over there, and 2 times a week at the dojo at Ninja. And yeah, to basically in the future get focus really on the youth, like on the kids, build them up, and on the youth, and then to just do kinetic yoga with them, Falun Dafa, Qimen, Kalari Paya 2, the animal postures, kickboxing, traditional kickboxing. So I basically, I fused Africa, Kemet, Japan, the Ainu people. And you're like, hey, these cultures want to be on their own. Yes and no, because basically it's about, if we really start to, world peace and, no, not peace, because it's in pieces. We are already in Aquarius. We are not in Pisces. And we are not in pieces because we are a whole. We are one thing in this Mayan tricks. So this is what I'm going to tell you. And keep empowering the kids, keep empowering the youth, keep empowering me, keep empowering the future. And so, I love you. Stay Qimen. Truthfulness, compassion, tolerance.